He was born in the belly of the Ozark Hills back in '92. His family moved west a few years before from Tennessee to Missouri. His daddy called him Jesse Herd, his mother called him James. He just called himself Jim because he didn't like them formal names. His granddaddy was a whiskey man, ran himself a still. Corn wouldn't sell, so liquor revenue helped him pay the family bills. But Jesse James ain't no outlaw, he's just a veteran of the land. Worked himself along hard, honest life, as good as any man. Farming was hard in the Ozark Hills, scrub oak was all that grew. Bottom land just wasn't for sale, but Jim knew what he had to do. He had heard of the Kansas plain and all its good growing land, so he told his brother they ought to move west and leave behind the Ozark sand. His brother had a wagon and Jim had a team, and they both had strong young wives, so they headed west on a 3-week trip to Kansas to start new lives. Well, Jesse James ain't no outlaw, he's just a veteran of the land. Worked himself along hard, honest life, as good as any man. Jim was 23 and Bernice 18 when they headed west with the mule team. 400 miles of dusty roads took them 3 hard weeks in the spring of '15. The 20s were rough, the 30s were worse, the days were hard and long. Jim and Bernice raised crops and kids, 2 daughters and 4 sons. The sky didn't rain, but the land was fertile whenever the wind didn't blow. So Jim and Bernice, with help from the kids, stayed with it and made things grow. Well, Jesse James ain't no outlaw, he's just a veteran of the land. Worked himself along hard, honest life, as good as any man. Well, Jesse James ain't no outlaw, he's just a veteran of the land. Worked himself along hard, honest life, as good as any man.